Ladies and gentlemen, over the next 10 days, it seems like almost everyone is going to get some high impact weather. This is about exciting as winter weather gets over a week and a half period of time. So buckle up. We're looking at the possibility of floods in the southeast for quite a few states and ice for what feels like almost everybody. Yeah, I know it says iceberg. Just mentally picture the berg not being there. Everybody gets an ice. We're talking ice for the West Coast, ice for Texas in the South, and ice for New England. And sure, yeah, a lot of people are going to be getting snow as well, but snow is nowhere near as dangerous as ice. And we had a major, massive car pileup that caused 5 fatalities to help remind people how careful you're going to need to be over the next 10 days if you are in an area that is going to be getting hit by ice. And that is going to be a lot of people, since the polar Arctic vortex thingy is going to dip down all the way into Mexico. And so, I've been talking about the lead up to the 15th for almost 3 weeks now. I just had one of those Planetary Defense Commander Jedi instinct things, and it turned out to be correct. And so we're looking at the possibility of even a Texas blizzard on the 14th, the 15th, and then even ice after that leading up to the 18th. So everybody get ready and get your preparations in now, because it's going to definitely get super cold. We're talking about possibly negative temperatures even into Austin. And like most things that are really beautiful, it also carries a level of danger that should not be taken for granted. But a hallmark of Asteroid Fight Club is being prepared, being smart, and being ready, and just trying to avoid danger in the first place. But here we're looking at mixed precipitation over the next 48 hours. And if you can see that one frame, where you can see possible icy conditions going all the way from Austin all the way up into almost New York. And New York definitely might get a large coating of ice as well, as models are coming in on the high side of totals for a lot of things. Now let's do a click-through walkthrough of the next 10 days. Here we're at February 11th, and you can see we're already getting icing down in central Texas, and then icing up by Kentucky and Iowa and those areas. And then you get snow moving in and our heavy impact storm coming into the West Coast. We're moving ahead 6 hours. And then you're getting icing moving into North Carolina near Virginia. And then you get a little bit of break on Friday. But we get another heavy impact storm coming into the Pacific Northwest. You get some early ice shaping down here on Saturday into West Texas. And that ice continues, and this is new ice that is showing up on the map that hadn't been there in previous runs. And then you're getting ice up here as well. And then it's still going to be icy conditions somewhere in central Texas as the Pacific Northwest storm crosses over the Four Corners and comes down south. And then that is when the Texas blizzard begins. I'm excited about this. I'm hoping to get snow, so you'll have a very cold and wet Valentine's Day. And then a reason to stay home and enjoy your snow day on President's Day. But that is a full-blown Texas blizzard, in my opinion. Look at that. And that could be some icy conditions. So I got to warn everybody ahead of time. It is showing some green down here. So let us continue to pray for snow, but there's a chance that it may not cover the entire Texas region. But then that heavy storm and ice situation moves to the east. But check out this little ice bridge here. The ice situation is crazy. It's probably the wildest I've seen in my 8 years at THORnews. So this is all like ice throughout here, and this is on Tuesday. And then the big chunk of icing moves to the north and to the east. And this is going to cause some major problems, as the ice situation is going to hit some of the most populated areas in the United States. Now, this is subject to change like everything in life. That gets us to the 17th. And then you get more icing down in South Texas as the area remains super cold. And then you get more snow through like Arkansas, Oklahoma, who could be seeing some heavy ice totals over the next few days. I mean, 10 days. Now look at that ice bridge, dude. That is crazy. And this would be on the 17th. So that would extend down into central Texas, go up through East Texas, up through Louisiana, Arkansas, and then even into Alabama and Mississippi. So the ice bridge on the 17th and 18th, and then it slivers out to push hardcore into the Northeast with some heavy flooding spots in the South. And then this is just sick, dude. And this is ice. Ice is major problems for all people. We're talking power outages. We're talking trees down. We're talking electricity poles falling over. And then you get flooding on top of that. And then, look at that. That is just nasty. That is a nasty situation. So this is no joke. Be ready for some wild. So that's heavy flooding moving to the south with very cold, freezy components on top of that. And then just ice for everybody. I'll have to go ahead and make an actual Oprah meme talking about ice for everybody. And this icing would push to the north with heavy rain components under it, bombing out. Well, it's not technically bombing out. Well, yeah, it is. Because if it goes to 986, there's a chance it could hit bombogenesis status. Yeah, that would be bombing out up into the northeast, man. And then that would close us out for a wild 10 days. You know what I'm saying? And if you cover New York in ice, that's going to cause a lot of problems, man. And including all these heavily populous areas. And then you throw on the chance for some hardcore snow totals on top of that. We definitely have an interesting middle of February ahead of us. And freezing rain is the worst because it's deceptive. Although you could say black ice is the worst because you can't see it. And that thing is super slippery. You've got some pretty nasty flooding happening in New Orleans as we speak. And remember, it's also going to be a wet 10 days for a lot of places. But Blake Matthews is letting us know, yeah, even the Euro agrees that this coming Monday is going to make travel next to impossible for people in Texas and parts of Louisiana. But I would say this is definitely one of the craziest and most dangerous ice situations I've seen over a 10-day period for all very heavily populated areas. And, that would include power outages with freezing temperatures. So please, everybody be ready. And yes, that includes people up and down the West Coast as well, as you guys are going to get blasted also with wave after wave of weather. As it seems like all of us in the lower 48 have multiple storms that we will be dealing with over the next 10 days. How much snow will Texas get from Winter Storm Uri? I don't know for sure, but Houston is predicted to get 1 to 3 inches, and that's exciting. Jack Sillen, who's always chilling and making cool weather stuff, has put together this little program for the next 5 days to show us the icing potential. And you can see that it is definitely going to be icy and dangerous for a lot of people in a lot of states across like an 1,800-mile swath. Sure, yeah, snow's going to be there, but like I said, one of the main priorities of THORnews is doing what it can to help save lives and get people to avoid danger. And snow isn't really that dangerous. I mean, asterisk, unless you're really dumb. But this is a dangerous world for dumb people. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I don't want to be rude or mean or jerky. Anywho, did I mention there's a lot of flooding coming in as well? But hey, I'll be here bringing you guys the best updates I can from a large collection of sources because we are all in this together. Man, isn't the future kind of crazy? Okay, great. So everybody stay cool. And remember, the coldest days can be inherently romantic if you're prepared for them. So everybody stay cool, be cool, and we will make it through this because we've made it through all of our worst days together already. And I'm hoping that March will be better and then everything will start to improve and that January and February will be the worst months of the year. So that's exciting as well. All right. I love you guys. Stay cool. Talk to y'all in the very near future. Peace out.